Hey, what's up, nerds? It's been a long time of loneliness here in the Nerd Crypt. I haven't posted a video for months, but I thought I'd let you know what I'm up to. Right now, it's all about Swedish death cleaning. Okay, that's not to be confused with Swedish death metal. I realize that I have quite a collection of things, not nearly as big as some people's collections, but it's time to clean it out before my kids have to deal with it as I get older. Yeah, I'm that old. I turned 50 this year, and well, I turned 50 in March, so less than a year. That makes sense.
Gunpowder, the tobacco.
I'm kind of getting to a point where, man, I've loved my collections throughout my life, but now I have a lot of stuff that's just stuff. And so it's time to let some of that go. Today, I would like to share with you the graded Magic the Gathering cards that I have that are all going on the chopping block on eBay online over the next couple of months. So here about 7-8 years ago, I purchased a number of graded comics and comic books, Spider-Man mostly, and graded Magic cards. Things were relatively cheap compared to the price they are now. And I've been selling some of the comics, and I thought I would show you the Magic cards before they're gone, because I am selling them off too. My wife will be much happy about this because it makes her nervous to have these things around. First three that I want to bring out are graded dual lands from Revised. They are not the best ones. These are all enemy lands, red and white with the plateaus and black and green with the bayou. But they're all 9.5s. All the cards I have are Beckett graded. They're all 9.5s. And just at that point, I looked at these purely as investment because it's dual lands. They're never going to go out of style, right? As long as Magic doesn't eject and reprint the list. Hope they don't. And then I have a lot like the Scavenging Ghoul. There's a theme for the rest of these cards. See if you can pick it out. But then I have a lot like the Scavenging Ghoul. He's from Alpha. He's an uncommon. It's not a terrific card, but it's a piece of history. And I like that I could put that in my possession. I did not pay that much. I actually paid a little less than that. Don't know how much he's worth these days. This is more about nostalgia than it was about investment. Some of these others are too. Like maybe even the Abomination here from Legends. OG Legends Abomination. A great card, but a great card as a piece of history and the condition that it's in. Another Legends card that again was just kind of for giggle. Are you sensing a theme here, by the way? Tell me if you can sense the theme. You'll figure it out. I have the Fallen Angel, which is another uncommon from Legends. Anson Maddox art. I absolutely love the picture on this one and how she's like touching the blade that looks like she might have used to cut her wings off. But then one does question how she has flying, but whatever. Like that one too. Nostalgia factor. And then I've got three commons here and they're all alphas. Let me flip the Drudge Skeletons around so you can actually view it. 2 Scathed Zombies and 1 Drudge Skeletons. And I bought these mostly because they were relatively cheap, but they're alpha cards. They're in really good condition. And I just wanted that little piece of history. So, yeah, I didn't pay that much for them either. But, whatever. But the Drudge Skeletons, we used to use the crap out of Drudge Skeletons, back in Poor Man Magic before the internet happened and Power Creep. But it was great because you get them out and they regenerate. It was terrific. The Scathed Zombies rather expensive for just a simple 2/2, but it's got that great literary quote on it, from Samuel Coleridge from the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So that's exciting. And to tell you the truth, yeah, 3 mana for a 2/2 is expensive. Even back then it was kind of, because you had grizzly bears. But the zombies were one of the few that had the thing that's no longer named tribal ability, because there was the zombie lords. So these Scathed Zombies gained an extra feature if they were paired with the zombie lord. I think they were the only actual pure zombies in alpha. They later changed the zombie lord to be a zombie. I'll save those two for last. I have 2 reserve list cards coming up, but I also got this beautiful, delightful Lord of the Pit from Beta. I couldn't afford the alpha one. From Beta, he's got a sub 10 on surface, 9.5 gem mint. I love him. Lord of the Pit was just such an iconic creature back in the day. It was the one that you'd open a pack and be like, oh yeah. You figured out my theme. Things are looking rather black, aren't they? And I didn't realize most of these are also creatures. And then reserve list wise, we have a Beta Lich with a whole like wall of tiny text, like 8-point font there. But he is on the reserve list. It's a Lich. Felt like a great, buy. Who knows? And finally, this is my absolute favorite, and it's going to be really hard to part with this, but is All Hallows Eve from Legends. It is a 9.5. It's got sub 10s on centering and surface. It's just great condition, beautiful card, Christopher Rush art. Absolutely adore it. I love the concept of this. It's about Halloween, basically, and all the creatures come back. And I'm really going to miss this one, but this isn't about missing things. This is about leaving my kids less shit to deal with, if that makes sense. Somebody's like, pass it on to your kids. Well, then they'd have to deal with it. I don't know. It's cool, isn't it? I'm glad to have these video of it, at least while I'm holding it in my hand. But I love this card. All Hallows Eve. So yeah, it's going to be a little hard to part with some of these things. I mean, they have such a nostalgic tug on my heart. But what I realize, and this is where the subject goes dark. Subject is dark. What I realize is I'm going to die someday. We're all going to die. It's the great equalizer. And I don't necessarily want to leave stuff for my kids to sort when I go. Yeah, I've probably got decades left, but it's going to happen. So anyway, take care out there. Sorry about the morbid subject matter. It's going to be a great week. I'm glad to be back. It's good to see you, even though I can't really see you, but good to be seen. Whatever I'm saying. Peace out. We'll see you later. Be good to each other.